WHBF is local for you. This is Local 4 News this morning.
Good morning, everybody, on this Monday morning. I'm Redrick Terry.
And I'm Alexandria Ikamoni. Thanks for waking up with us on Local 4 News this morning. Joined meteorologist Zane Satry. Zane, this past week was really nice out there.
It was absolutely beautiful. We had lots of sunshine through most of the weekend and some decent temperatures too, 50s and 60s for highs during the afternoon hours. Things won't quite be like that though later on today. Temps this morning, nothing crazy to be working with. Upper 30s, you look off to the east and northeast of the Quad Cities, including right here in the Metro Quad Cities, 37, 40s. You head down farther south into southeastern Iowa. Just a little bit of a breeze we're working with out of the east right now, 7 miles per hour. So wind chills not terribly different from the actual air temperature. Clouds are starting to advance in from the south and west, though, especially low clouds across the southern part of Iowa back into Missouri. Right now we're just seeing very light radar returns of a couple raindrops up in the clouds. We'll see some more raindrops, though, as we head through the rest of the day. Chances for showers go up as we head farther on into this morning. Perhaps an isolated thunderstorm, too, later on this afternoon. Temperatures for highs later today, probably in the lower 60s for a lot of us. We've got even more warmth than that, a lot warmer temperatures actually ahead as soon as tomorrow. We'll explain more coming up in the full forecast in just a bit.
Also coming up, health experts anticipating a rough week ahead in the fight against coronavirus. Why some, though, are saying there is reason to be optimistic.
Plus, dealing with sexual assault during the pandemic. What steps Illinois is taking to address this issue.
And Easter amid the pandemic. How one church is planning to be extra cautious next Sunday in about 30 minutes.
But first, getting started this morning with the latest on the coronavirus pandemic. This morning, U.S. health officials say this week will likely be extremely rough, but they also hope the coronavirus outbreak may ease shortly after that. John Lawrence reports.
President Trump says the U.S. is making progress in the war against the COVID-19 pandemic.
We're starting to see light at the end of the tunnel, and hopefully in the not too distant future we'll be very proud of the job we all did.
The number of known cases in the U.S. is doubling about every 5 days, according to Johns Hopkins University, with New York being the state hit the hardest so far.
The number of deaths over the past few days has been dropping for the first time. What is the significance of that? It's too early to tell.
U.S. health officials say the country doesn't have control of the disease yet, and that the next 2 weeks are crucial in possibly flattening the curve.
What you're hearing about potential light at the end of the tunnel doesn't take away from the fact that tomorrow, the next day, it's going to look really bad. So we've got to make sure we realize we're always talking about a 2.5 week lag.
Dr. Fauci also says it's important to get the virus under control globally, or it could become a seasonal problem, and that the development of a vaccine would help the U.S. be better prepared in case of a resurgence.
Can never be happy when so many people are dying, but we're going to be very proud of the job we did to keep the death down to an absolute minimum.
I'm John Lawrence reporting.
Let's take a look now at the latest numbers. There are now over 1.25 million cases worldwide this morning. More than 69,000 people have died from it. More than 260,000 have recovered. Countries with the most cases, the United States at more than 337,000, with 9,600 people dying. Spain now has more cases than Italy, but there have been more deaths in Italy than in Spain.
In Iowa, 83 more people have tested positive yesterday. That's nearly 870 cases now in the state. 8 more people died from the virus. All were over the age of 60. 22 total have died in Iowa. One person in Scott County has died because of the virus. The person was 81 years old. The county has 3 new cases, totaling 41. Clinton County has 1 new case. That's 17 there. 6 more people tested positive in Muscatine County for a total of 32. 2 people in Henry County adds to the 8 total. There's also 5 new cases in Louisa County to make 6 total.
More than $44 million in relief is headed to the state of Iowa. Those funds for coronavirus prevention were approved back on March 23rd under major disaster declaration. FEMA is now dispersing that money immediately. It's providing a huge influx of masks, face shields, safety glasses, gloves, and sanitizer. It'll also add life-saving equipment like respirators and ventilators to assist hospitals and medical equipment.
Now to the numbers in Illinois. The state is reporting a little under 900 new cases. There are now more than 11,000 cases total. 31 more people died, bringing that total to 274. In our area, Rock Island County has 4 new cases. That brings the total now to 46. Ages range from 30s to 50s.
Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker now urging people to wear masks in public. He led by example yesterday, wearing one at his daily briefing. He said that Illinois needs thousands more ventilators than the federal government plans to send, and that the state is desperately searching for more before its expected peak in coronavirus cases later this month. Earlier in that press briefing, he again criticized the federal response to the coronavirus outbreak.
The president does not understand the word federal emergency management agency. We have a state emergency management agency, but if he were right, why would we ever need a federal emergency management agency? It's because individual states can't possibly do what the federal government can do. We don't have a Defense Production Act. There's no way that we could stockpile in anticipation of a pandemic that no one anticipated, and yet the federal government is responsible for doing precisely that. And we now know that intelligence sources and all the best advice that was given in January and early February to the president and the White House, and they seem not to have acted at all upon it.
Now, President Trump also responded to Governor Pritzker's criticism by pointing to the aid that has been sent to the state, including some ventilators.
Amazingly, 600 will be going or have gone to Illinois. And I mean, there's a governor, I hear him complaining all the time. Pritzker, I hear him, he's always complaining, and yet I just said, give me a list of a couple of the things we've done in Illinois.
The president also touted the conversion of the McCormick Place Convention Center into a 2,500-bed hospital.
Illinois is now putting in $1 million to expand programs for domestic and sexual abuse survivors during COVID-19. The money will be used to improve the state's domestic abuse hotline. Right now, abuse centers are struggling to give services from their homes, so more victims are having to rely on that hotline. Normally, services get their funding through reimbursements, but they now can get that money faster.
Being able to make sure that rape crisis services are still available for victims, that 24-hour hotlines are still available, that people can still access services is really important, that they are essential services in our community, and that sexual violence hasn't stopped as a result of the stay-at-home order.
Ward says not being able to meet in person forces them to try and figure out new ways to help survivors.
Almost 5:08, moving away from coronavirus coverage, a Rock Island man is now in jail facing murder charges today. U.S. Marshals arrested 25-year-old Lamont Williams of Rock Island. He's charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Authorities believe he's responsible for the murder of Demetrius Tucker. That happened on 51st Avenue in East Moline back on March 16th. Williams is being held at Rock Island County Jail on a $2 million bond.
This morning, we're still waiting to find out if anyone was hurt in a motorcycle crash yesterday. The accident was on West Kimberly Road. It was with a motorcycle and an SUV. Debris and other broken parts of the SUV was on that road.
Neighbors in Davenport are still reacting today after seeing a police chase end right outside of their home. This happened around 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday. Davenport police were going after a car before the driver of that car lost control and ran into a tree at East Central Park and Tremont Avenues. Local 4's Carla Sosa has the reaction.
We were watching a movie, and that's when we heard the sirens and the cop cars, and we heard a boom.
That's what Robert Holzart remembers from Saturday's car chase in Davenport. Kevin McKinney was on his way home when he saw streets being closed.
As we got closer, we realized we couldn't get to our road to park by our house, so we had to drive around the block and come back around to this side. A lot of cop cars,
9 of them.
Caution tape, and the road all blocked off.
Holzart says he saw everything unfold in front of him.
Right in front of our house here, and it was a crime scene. I mean, we literally saw it with our own eyes. We don't need that around here, and with this high-speed chase, and there was like 4 or 5 state troopers out here. There were 2 paramedics out here.
McKinney says he's surprised that something like this happened in his neighborhood.
It doesn't happen every day that you see something like this, but we hear things that happen around here. but it's fairly quiet.
As for Holzart, he's glad the authorities were able to catch the suspect.
One thing, I'm glad they caught him. I'm glad.
In Davenport, Carla Sosa, Local 4 News.
We do know at least one person was arrested, and the incident is still under investigation. Coming up, dancing during a time of social distancing.
One dance studio is making sure that the dancing doesn't stop. That's in our next half hour.
And we hopefully you enjoyed all the sunshine we had this past weekend, because it's going to be gone later on today. Talk about the clouds. We'll talk about a few shower chances that come along with it and some warmth later this week. All ahead in the forecast here on Local 4 News this morning.